Okay, now we're going to talk about leaf venation, and it's talking about the leaf veins and how they look. So when you're learning to identify plants and what they are, it's important to be able to notice the venation or the veins. And you can see here that the veins are parallel. I don't know if you can see that real good, but the veins are parallel in there. Sometimes it helps to turn the leaf over, and you can see the veins even better. Some plants you can see the veins very clearly, like in this leaf. You see that the veins are parallel. Let's turn the leaf over. See how they run, the veins inside the leaf run parallel. And then here, the veins of the leaf are actually in like a feather fashion. See how they run like in a feather fashion? Sometimes people call that pinnate venation. Some people call it reticulate. And some people call it netted veins. So see how those veins are, they're not parallel. They're pinnate or reticulate. Then you see some veins of leaves that are palmate. Let's see if I can get that good. And that just means all the veins, they're not parallel. They are still netted, but they meet at a single point down here, almost like the palm of your hand. I'm not sure if you can see that very good. There you go, maybe you can see that better. Where all those veins are coming down and they're meeting at one point down at the bottom of that leaf. So that would be palmate. So that's leaf venation. And that's really important when you're talking about different plants, because if you are trying to figure out, like one of the labs that we're going to do is growing seeds and figuring out if they're monocot or dicot. And we'll talk more about that, but monocot plants are always going to have parallel leaf venation, and dicot plants are going to have your netted or pinnate or reticulate venation. They're not going to have the parallel venation. So when you're talking about different grasses, like this grass, if you look up close, and I don't think I can get that on camera, but if you look up close, that has your parallel venation. So these are monocots. And this is important later when you learn about plants, and if you're trying to kill weeds, or if you are using a herbicide, sometimes it will say only for monocots. So you want to know what kind of plant you're managing. Now this plant right here, if you could see that up close, that's also a monocot because it's got parallel venation. And so we'll talk about more of the characteristics of monocot and dicot, but that's just your starting point, and that talks about the leaf veins.